Alright, so I think you guys know how these things work. This will be a tier list. Thank you for NJJ recommending this to me. You guys probably know the drill at this point. You've got your fighters, and I have to put them in a tier list. Cool. Alright, let me go ahead and just start alphabetically. I know we have RBC 15 come up, so this could fluctuate at any point. If I get anything wrong, you guys can tell me and let me know and call me an idiot. But with that being said, shall we get into it? All right, let's first fighter. I think I want to do probably Vert Ali. Let's start with him. So I should probably get it full screen real quick. And there we go. All right, so Vert Ali. Let me go try to find him real quick. I do like Vert Ali and what he brings to the table as well. Um, Very solid competitor. Um, he's going to be very much a danger in the heavyweight division. So looking at him at heavyweight, I believe. So he moved up to number 8 and was ranked 10. Had a really good fight last weekend. So I do think I don't think he's a journeyman just yet. I feel like you need to be in the fight game for a very long time for that to be the case. However, there is also I'm also trying to consider where he is in the bigger picture. I would put him at good, pretty good, and there he is. I wouldn't put him at average because the dude is like I think I would, to be honest. Let's put him at average for now. That's kind of a very difficult one for me because he hasn't really proved himself to any amazing competition yet. He can move up in this ranking. I just think almost there and top tier are just they're really high bars for me. But yeah, I don't know. All right, let's move on to Alexander Miroslav. So Miroslav, I think, is coming off a loss. To be honest, if you're really not on the power rankings, I would assume you to be journeyman or lower. That's not the case, obviously. I think he is journeyman. It's not really fair to him because he really hasn't. I mean, all he's had is draw so far, and I think a loss. But man, you got to feel for him. I'll go try and check the results of because I know it was like the first thing that actually happened to him. Yeah, he lost to Vert Ali, so yeah, I think that's tough for him. However, I mean he's gonna be there for now. I mean he hasn't really done anything yet. It's really a point of you probably need to prove yourself before we can really attest anything to you as a competitor. But yeah, that's really where I have him right now. Oh wait, is it on there? What the hell? Okay, I think we're good. Yep. Yeah, so this is what I have so far. Let's move on to let me check. Let's go to Zombie Killer real quick. So this is where you start to get the lost causes, the failures. Yep. Okay. I think he's there. I mean, he wasn't very good when I first saw him, and no offense to him, I just don't think he's at that level. He's not. There's not gonna be a lot of failures on this list. No offense. A few people I didn't add on here. I'm sorry if I didn't. I wasn't able to add you on here. George Petrov. Very sorry about that. I will fix it later on. But I would have guys like Hunter Finley on here. All right. I mean, guys who are just the lows of the lows. So it's actually pretty much an accomplishment if you get on here. Let's move on to Jay Creed. See, I'm not gonna give the shit that people give to Jay. I'm not biased or anything. I'm gonna put him at journeyman. It's gonna take him some time to get better as a competitor, but I do think he can get to that level. Maybe not to pretty good, probably to average. Maybe get him to even out, get a good win streak going. I don't think he can ever compete for a title because it's way too late for that. But yeah, he's a journeyman for now. Let's go there. It's gonna be difficult for him to get out of that spot, but I think it's possible. All right, Casper DeVries and Vet Davis. All right, here's Casper. There's a case for putting him almost there. There really is. However, that loss to Khalid Rashad may have been the thing that hurts him. Yeah, right there. It's a pretty big top tier list and a much smaller almost there list for me because there's like a huge uh, list of guys who are really competing for a title at this point. Yeah, I think he's up there. He's really good. He's close to getting that top tier range. He's close to getting that almost there range. I think it's going to take another win because Vet Davis isn't the highest level of competition for me to justify. And that's where I'm going to have Vet Davis. Where is he at? What do you guys think? I say journeyman. That's a case for average. I think he. No. Average. It's very difficult because the reason I say average is his 2 losses. He's won 1-2, which is a terrible. I think no. Now he's won 2-2. That's a weird record to me. Let me look. He's very far down. I can't find him. Vet Davis. Well, I think he's 1-2-2, but he lost to both Casper DeVries and Yakimi and Kal's gonna do this near top tier. We'll get to that later, but it's a very big deal to note that. All right, let's go to Bloxy Pacquiao and Bloxy Pacquiao to start off. I do like Bloxy Pacquiao a lot. I really do. Should I do it? Yep. Here's the thing. He hasn't really fought that high level of competition yet. He's 4-3, which is good experience for him. It's just a problem of you need to have a level of training that just don't think he has yet. He needs to find the right camp, and I think he's going to get much better. I don't know if he's still fighting on mobile. Probably not, because I mean, how do you even fight on mobile? Let's go to Dan Holdings. I do like Dan Holdings a lot, and he's going on average. He ducked the fight. Average is going to be a pretty big list. There's a lot of average fighters. I like Dan Holdings a lot. He's probably never going to leave average, though. So, we'll see. He's been saying he's going to get to the title shot. I don't know that, but we'll see. Gavitas Augustus, average. Gavitas Augustus, the dude is a very exciting fighter. Man, this is difficult for me because he was a former champion. He can get back to where he was. I just don't think it's happening. That's my opinion. We'll see. Dax. Why did I agree to do this? Why would I do this? This is no. I would put him ahead of. I need to edit this real quick. The thing is, I'm considering putting Dax on pretty good because of side feds. I don't really have a criteria. It's just my personal opinion. I think the greatness of Dak and those side feds is too good to really overlook. So I'm gonna put him right there. You can love it or hate it. I have more respect than most people. Gabriel Cotto and Dan Bivol. Gabriel Cotto is still a very new guy, and he doesn't have my respect yet. He's there. 3-0, but a sus 3-0. Suspect 3-0. And remember, one of those wins comes off the fact that Iron Drake is never going to appear in another fight again because that dude is so inactive. That is basically the main point I'm trying to make here. He got a free win. All right, so technically he's 2-0. You can count it if you want to. I'm not counting it. I'm gonna try to look at his last fight. Yeah, it was a forfeit. Gabriel Cow did defeat Dan Bivol, which is a very important thing to recognize because Dan Bivol is a hell of a fighter. So you need to remember that as well. He's very much in the rankings, but it's really a case of you need to wait. You need to find out if he's going to be good or not. I don't know that yet. He fought Andre Pulov and looked pretty damn good, but still pretty suspect. Dan Bivol. I like Dan Bivol. He's right here, and he's at the very end of average. I don't think Dan Bivol is that good of a fighter. He does have a future ahead of him. A lot of guys at average have a future ahead of him and can move up. He is one of those. He's very much respected in the boxing community, but I don't know that. I think he was good. I think PBC he's pretty good in. I don't know. I don't even know if he's in there or not. But what the hell? All right, Abdullah. The dude was very good before I got here, and then he went on to lose 2 straight fights. It's against Ozzy, which in the case of Ozzy fashion, he just got knocked out in 4 rounds, and in the case of Harry Golovkin, he was dominated throughout the fight. So I'm putting Abdullah right there. Harry Golovkin. There is no bias here. Harry Golovkin is almost there. It really is a case of, I mean, the dude almost beat Notorious Jones Jr. twice. That's what I'm thinking. Call me biased all you want, I don't care. I think Harry Golovkin is one of the best fighters on the roster. Could be one of the best non-champions we have. The dude is on the same exact level as Jam Jones. I'm saying that right now. The dude beat Jam Jones. And he has this style of fighting where he doesn't have one-punch knockout power, but he's a very good fighter when it comes to just pure volume. He's very accurate. He gets you in deep waters, and he dominates you for 6 rounds at least, maybe even 12 rounds if he has to. The dude has very good stamina. I'm not going to say that right. Whatever. That's my point there. Well, the guy made the game. So, the guy is RBC, so why the hell wouldn't I put him on top tier? He's not the best fighter, based on what I've seen. He's not the best fighter, but the guy is the RBC, so what do you want me to do? A grand piece. No. I'm not mean. I think Grand Peace is a good fighter. I just think his record is so abysmal in the RBC that it doesn't make him an average fighter. It puts him in journeyman. I don't know about real life. Maybe he can beat Raimundo in real life, but he's a journeyman. Okay? That's where I have him at. Tony Valentino. I think I have him on. Yep, I have Tony Valentino on here. Tony Valentino. Honestly, I haven't seen enough of him. I need to check his record real quick. But for now, I'll put him there. He's probably an average fighter, though. Let's see. I'm checking the results real quick. Bear with me, people. Oh, yeah. Tho just wrecked him in 3 rounds. He's down in journeyman. Maybe the first one was a fluke. I don't know. I don't have that much faith in those early guys. I want to give him the credit. I really do. He defeated Jay Creed in 2 rounds. I just think it's going to take more time for me to pull around to him. Maybe he can. He probably is average. I just don't have the evidence yet to prove it. But he's not. He's not a failure. All right. He's not a failure. I just need time. Tho Rashad, that is a pretty good fighter. Let me try to find him real quick. There he is. Tho Rashad. Yeah, I need to give Vert Ali credit. Dude, the Rashads are really, really good. We need to put some respect on the Rashad's name. Put some respect on their name. They're really good. And I just realized pretty good is going to be a pretty big tier. Vert Ali and Tho are basically on the same level at this point. I think Vert is slightly better, so I'm going to put him above Tho. But Tho's a solid fighter. They both have the same record, so I really can't blame him at that point. Now, Ace Jones. There's where he is. If he can go even more in the middleweight and succeed more in middleweight, which I know he can, that dude is going to be a problem, and he is going to be on Harry's level. He's not on Harry's level yet. I'm just saying that's where he is right now. He's pretty much on the top of pretty good. Mizzy Paul. It's very easy to call him average. Because, I mean, what has he really done in the sport except drop fights and lose to high level competition? It's disrespectful, I know, but I don't see it, man. I really don't see it. Call me an idiot all you want. I don't know if he's the real deal. I like the dude. I think his fight style can translate very well. It just doesn't work a lot. He got wrecked by Jam Jones, guys. I mean, it was not even a competition. All right, let's get into the big ones. I think you should know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to find him real quick. Yep. I could do it right here. Khalid Rashad is the real deal. He is the former undisputed welterweight champion. He defeated Cruzaro, which no one's ever done before. Yes, it wasn't in his prime, but dude, that's an accomplishment all in itself. Yeah, he's top tier. Top tier is going to be a lot bigger than what you guys think. I got to 130. There we go. Khalid Rashad is much better than you guys think. I think he has a chance to be. He could win the title. I think his last. We have to talk about legacy for a second. I mean, the dude's legacy is better than most people, and I think that means something. Iron Drake. He feels very average to me, but he's really good and very average. Nah, he's above Mizzy. Very much above. He's in the lead for basically average. And I'm going to put Gabriel there. He's almost there. His 4-3 record can deceive you because he did have great fights. He's very much a veteran, and he could fight for a title one day. I think he relies on much needed knockout power that I do respect. However, you know. Alright, Gio Wilder. That guy is also average. I'm going to get a lot of shit for this list. I added the pretty good tier because I think almost there is a very, very, very prestigious. And I don't think I don't think average should just be this huge pile of people. Which it already is going to be. But you get what I mean. Gio Wilder, very interesting fighter. He drawed with Gavitas. He's a much more new fighter. It's a matter of time until he gets to pretty good. I think he is a future problem. So y'all, look out for the dude because he is a very, very, very good fighter. We'll see if he can stay the course at middleweight. Now we get into the good shit. Now we get into the guys like this man, who is a there. Bogatti is a problem, guys. Bogatti is the best heavyweight of all time. There is no argument yet until we get to RBC 15, which we'll probably see that fight. I don't know. I can't guarantee anything. Remember, that was speculation. But it seems like the next fight to happen. Bogatti, guys, he is just unbelievable what he does. Like, when you watch him fight, it's like, holy shit, he is dominating. He fucked up Fishy Fury, which we thought was the best heavyweight of all time. Granted, I wasn't there for that. We thought Gavitas could put up a fight. He knocks the dude out in one round. And then we saw what he did against Gabriel Maldonado. Controversy aside, dude is a fighter. So let's put him there. Give that man some respect. Gabriel Maldonado is almost there. He's not pretty good. He's almost there. He was very, very close, and all it takes for him is maybe a few more rounds. Maybe he could have done something. But it's pretty much consensus saying, nah, I don't think he could have done something. There's where he stays. I like that ranking for him. We'll see where he goes with it. He just needs like a fight or two to get back into it. And he needs to have a good matchup. We'll see what happens. Rebel Brook, ladies and gentlemen. Middleweight is ridiculous. Middleweight is so good. He's one fight away from a title shot. He's 5-0. Guys, being undefeated in the RBC is immensely difficult. I don't think you understand how immensely difficult it is. You have to be you have to get your hands dirty. You have to get your hands in the water. He's the former IBF champion. He came back, did not lose a single step, destroyed Eric Aren. Then he went and absolutely wrecked. And no, not absolutely wrecked. He defeated Myron Yeager in pretty convincing fashion. So the dude can clearly throw hands. Man, let me tell you something. That guy is going to be a big problem in the future, and we all need to recognize that Myron Yeager is... Oh, man, I don't want to do this. I actually don't. It's weird because he fought for the title. And maybe I'm making average way too big. So, there. I had to change it up. Yeah, that's what I have. I don't want to put Myron there. And I think he's better than Mizzy Paul. He's better than Mizzy Paul. That's so difficult for me to do because I like Myron a lot. But he's really fallen off ever since he lost to Ozzy. He started 3-3. Now he started 3-0. Now 3 straight losses. He needs a tune-up fight to get back on track, in my opinion. And the next few months are gonna be very crucial for him in his title hopes. He's gotta find a good camp, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to just put the work in. But he's a very very dangerous guy who can make a noise. He almost beat Rebel Brook at times. Now the question is, oh, is this the right guy? Hang on. Wait, why do I have him like that? Ah, whatever. Now this is the guy. I need time on that one. Hang on. I'll get to it. He's number 8 pound for pound. That's a problem in my opinion. Why is he number 8 pound for pound? Who is he below? Okay. Yep. And where is he? Oh, yeah. He's one round away from being middleweight champion, IBF. We were going to have that title unification bout next. It's in question now because NJJ is the champion in a very close fight. But Jam Bones Jones was close. He almost retained his belt. And we would have had that fight. Now what next for him? Rebel Brook's next. I think. That's what I think is next for Jam Jones. We'll see in the future. Let's get to another guy who's top tier. Oh yes. NJJ is a top tier fighter. Congratulations, you made the list. You are a top tier fighter, NJJ. All it took was to beat Jam Jones and knock him off that podium. It's very difficult for me to put him up there because, you know, he has, man, he's teetering on the edge. I think I can only put 5 top tier fighters. So he's moving down to here. It's disrespectful, yes, I know. But I can really only reserve top tier to 5 people. And NJJ does not have the legacy of Khalid Rashad. And Khalid Rashad is basically going to fight for the title soon. So he's right there. Now, let's get to Jakob. I think Jakob's pretty good. He's pretty good at boxing. The dude was the former undisputed champion. He was the most dominant middleweight of all time. He destroyed NJJ. He went to welterweight and he left everything in his wake there. No. Yeah, he's right there. I think Jakob is better than Bogatti. And I think it was an unfortunate case at RBC 14 The dude in his prime was ridiculous. The dude in his prime was so dominant. And he came back, never lost a step. He destroyed SSI. He destroyed Vet Davis. And he went there and fought Cruzaro. Under better conditions, the fight is more competitive. But we have to understand the level Cruzaro fights at. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with here. 5 guys on the top. And the other guy to make up that rest is the man himself. Cruzaro is a dog, ladies and gentlemen. That dude, the best fighter I've ever seen compete. His style is simple. His game plan changes. And there's nothing you can do about it. That is what Cruzaro brings to the table. He's so much better than everyone else. We don't know why. We know what his strategy is, and we know it always works. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Let's get to a fun ranking real quick. I don't know if I have him on here. If not, it's for good riddance. Oh no, I think I have him. Yeah, Grand Piece is already on there. Cordero, where are you at? There he is. He is the worst of the worst. I mean, I can't really give him any credit. Because what am I supposed to do? Explain to you why he's a journeyman? No. The dude's a colossal failure. It's really not his fault. He's had fights where he could have won. But I have to be real here. Realer than NJJ, I have to be real and say he's there. Salih Sao, you are painfully average. You've won 2 fights, and many people don't think you've won the last fight you fought. I really want him to succeed very badly. His style is really he's gonna fight very defensively, but he's a great counter striker. He can really hit you very well. But that's really where I have him at this point. He's down at average. So I got him. Beast Riley. Beast Riley. And this is the guy where we say, yeah, record doesn't really matter. He's pretty good. Beast Riley's 2-3, but is a very, very, very misleading 2-3. The dude can fight, and I think to this point we need to understand that. Beast Riley's one of the is a very, very good. This dude beat SSI. I think that was a very big deal. He beat SSI, so that's really my reasoning for that. Antonio Lopez. That's a guy I also like. He's pretty damn good too. People are going to be complaining that I have him on here, and probably not guys like Myron Yeager. But what are you going to do? Average. In my opinion, when I look at this average list, I think, yeah, they belong there. But if there was something like okay, I didn't want to put okay. I didn't want that many tiers. But I think this is good. Antonio Lopez is very much teetering on the edge of being near Myron Yeager. I could flip and flop, but today that's what I feel like. Let's go to Tams King. He's probably as close as you can get to top tier. He's probably 1 win away from top tier. Let me try to find. Yep, there he is. Now the question is, where do you put him on top tier? I think I put him right here. He is so close to being on the top, and it's 1 fight away. He beats Bogatti, he's there. And you switch him out. Maybe not, because Bogatti's has a legacy that's just unrivaled to most people. And considering the fact that we have 1 more guy that's probably going to be on top tier, I don't know. Now let's move on to the Nightmare himself, SSI. I was so impressed with what he did against Triple Paul that it blinded me. He's there. SSI is one of the most complicated fighters. He's not very complicated. He's a very frustrating fighter because of his peak was so good, but his downfall was so great. I mean, his loss to Jacoby and Kalski was pretty sad to watch. I didn't want to see the dude lose. He lost to Beast Riley. I was like, oh, man, this guy's going downhill. And we got the opportunity in Japan. I was like, man, he doesn't belong there with Jacob. The dude has the strongest chin in the game, actually. That's also something I want to bring up. The dude has the strongest chin in the game. He will not get knocked out. The ref is going to have to stop the fight. It's like it's not like Triple Paul because he got flashed. He has the strongest chin in the sport. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Butterdine, also sorry that you're not on here. I will you're average, okay? Yeah. I wanted to also mention that as well because I know I didn't have him on here. Um Dodo Paul. Pretty good. You can overlook him because of the performance against Ozzy Divine on WBA. I mean, the guy was a former champion, but he's not almost there anymore. Actually, you know what? He needs to be up. I think that's right. Dodo Paul's very, very good. He's pretty good. He can get back to where he is. I don't think his style allowed him to beat Ozzy Divine. I think he was really waiting for Ozzy to run in there so he could counter him. He just could never get it. I think that was the main problem in that one. Maybe he can beat other guys. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's go to trying to find someone. Oh yeah. How about this dude? Remember, I can only allow 5 people on top tier. Basically, the Mount Rushmore plus 1. Oh man, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose a supporter doing this. I did it. Ozzy, if you were considered #1 pound for pound, I think you deserve up there. And as much as I want to praise the legacy of Khalid Rashad, Ozzy Divine was there at the beginning too. He was IBF champion. And he's at his prime. Guys, Ozzy Divine is in the middle of his prime, and he is the most dominant fighter in the game. You can talk about schedule all you want. When I compare the legacy of Ozzy and Khalid, I see Ozzy better than Khalid. And I know those guys have beef, but that's where I see it. I see it that way. And I truly do believe that's the right call. You can disagree with it all you want. I mean, it's my ranking. I mean, I'll send you guys a link to this one. But at the end of the day, it's my ranking. Jenner McGregor. He hasn't had the amount of fights. He's not a journeyman. Journeyman is weird. You need to fight more. Right now, he's average. He dominated Brian Spence Jr., which is gonna be there, even though he hasn't fought enough. He's not an average. So what am I gonna do? Jay Creed, Tony Valentino. Who's else is left? I don't think I have Dylan Carter up there because he literally has barely fought. Do I have Josh? No. Didn't have a lot of guys up there. Alfie Williams. That's the guy I want to talk about. He's pretty close to good. He's on the power. He's above Triple Paul, which is weird to me. I think he goes right here. He's average. Alright, the dude's 3-4-1, but we praise him a lot for that because of his victory. Rankings-wise, at least. So I think we need to put some respect on his name in that category. It's time to talk about the son of Ozzy, Jackson Divine. Oh, man. That's an L. He just never got there, you know. I mean, he tried. He very much tried. I just don't think he ever got there. He's probably going to hate me forever for doing that, but am I really wrong? Mike Wilder, also journeyman. Oh, we got Void, I think. We do have Void. Void is interesting because he is also average, but he's pretty high up there. He's 3-1. It's very misleading because I don't know who he's actually fought except for Montavious Jamil. But that's where I have him for now. And Montavious Jamil, right there. We'll talk later. I haven't seen him fight enough for me to put him in average. Time for Andre Pulev to get his due. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit who you fought. If you find a way to go 0-4 and never win a fight, you're there, okay? It's done. You are not very good at this boxing thing. I'm sorry. Okay? So that's where he is. We fought against Gabriel Cotto and did pretty well, but I mean, I can't do anything about it. That's where he's going to be at the end of the day. And I don't think anyone's going to fight me over that. So, you know. Kenny Young. Man, Kenny Young got shafted. He's really good. Kenny Young kind of got shafted, to be honest. When he had to fight Jam Jones, and then he fought Ozzy Divine on short notice, man, I feel bad for him because he was used to be the heavyweight champion. And now he's on the pretty good tier when he should be on the almost there tier. So that's really where I have him. He has my respect, in my opinion, but that's where he is. Flex. Oh boy. No, he's average. He's pretty up there on average, too. He's right there. I think Flex he's one of the strongest chins in RBC because of, Microwave. Very, very good fighter. I don't think I can't really take away much from him. And that's where he's just going to be. We cool with that? All right, let's move on. Here's a guy that I attribute a lot of my success to. I thank Cody Taiwo for a lot. I respect him more than most people. I respect him as a fighter, and he is pretty much at this point. When he comes back and when he starts getting active again, the dude's gonna be much better. He was supposed to fight for the Commonwealth title. Never. I don't think he showed up. But yeah, I think he deserves some credit in the future. So let's give that to him. Now it's time to talk about Triple Paul. Where do we put Triple Paul? We do put him in pretty good status. We're going to put him right there. Triple Paul's legacy is unrivaled. He is one of the greatest of all time. His destruction in the sport as a Commonwealth champion was unmatched until he found someone in SSI. When he lost that slight edge, I think it started in IRBC. When he lost that edge, it went downhill, and it's not fair to him. So that's where he's going to be at. Delta Chambers. This guy's interesting too. He's going to be average. It's unfortunate because he was a former Commonwealth champion. That's where he's just going to be. He's average. I didn't see enough of him to really justify anything else, but that's where he really is. Looking for anything else that we are missing. James Irigoyen. That's also a guy I kind of like. He's also average. Really, at this point, average is... I don't really have a true ranking for it anymore. It's just there. But, yeah, that's where I really have it. All of it. I think Kenny Young goes above Verd Ali. Actually, a lot of people are above Verd Ali. Don't take this any personal, Verd Ali. It could... Honestly, I could be changing this on the fly. I have the power to do that. We'll get to the rest of the people in a second. I'm just making sure we didn't miss anybody. Give me a moment. Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan, is he... Oh, did I already put him up here? Hopefully I did. Hopefully I added them at the very least. Whatever. He's average. If I didn't add him, that's no moment. Man, I'm looking through this history. It's just stacked with people. Oh yeah, I do remember. If Hunter Finley was on here, he would be the worst of the worst. Just to let you know. Let's just get to the rest of these guys. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I'm trying to do it in order. So I'm just looking through this. I think no Alexis is on here too. This could go very slow to end off. Noah Alexis. This guy is journeyman. Very much so. It's sad to see, but whatever. I mean, he almost beat Ozzy Divine, which I could put credit on him, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him, to be honest. I know the community doesn't love him that much, but he does deserve some sort of credit, so I'm not gonna really put anything on him per se. Cortez Fury. This guy is hasn't fought in a very long time, and he's almost there. I think I had to give him all not choice. This counts as Rashid Khan. Uh, I truly don't know who the other guy is. That's not good for me. Whatever. So right now, this is basically the tier ranking. Maybe I missed someone. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Uh, in the comments, tell me who this is. I forgot. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. It's a very small failures list because it should be occupied by guys like Cordero James. Journeyman, I like Journeyman a lot. I am conflicted on the average part of this list. Um, I wish Gavias would be higher up. In fact, I'll make him a little higher up, real quick. Pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't think I'll move it around much. I think it's gonna be very controversial putting Dax up there, but remember the dude was a monster in side feds. So was Triple Paul. That's why he has his ranking. He was also very good in RBC. But yeah, that's really where I have it. And Verd Ali can move around from time to time with Myron Yeager. In fact, I'll do that right now. Put some respect on his name. Antonio Lopez deserves to be up there. Almost there. Pretty big list, all things considered. But I think it works. Cortez Fury, all he needs is like 2 comeback fights. He was the best heavyweight of all time until Bogatti showed up and fielded him very hard. Khalid Rashad, man. I did him a little dirty. I'm sorry, Khalid. I think you should have been up there. I don't know. I put you at the top, then I forgot about Ozzy Divine, then I shot you back down. Just something Ozzy had over you. I'm sorry. Top tier is 100. I think most people would agree with this. They're concerned with me putting Raimundo up there, but I mean, it's just attributed to the fact that we wouldn't be here without him. So I mean, what am I gonna do? And yeah, I like that tier a lot. I think it works. I think Cruzar being up top is very obvious. I think with Yaka being up there with the legacy he's had is very obvious. And I think Bogatti and Ozzy Divine. I'm looking at this through legacy and skill base today. If I yeah, no, not yet. He needs to become undisputed first. Having one green belt and another side fed belt is really not going to put you up top until we get to the point where there's no doubt. So that's where I have it. I'll take a quick screener. Thank you guys for bearing with me for about 45 minutes. I know it must have sucked hearing my voice for that long. But yeah, if you disagree with me, just tell me or DM me or whatever. And like, subscribe, whatever. I don't know. This is the first tier ranking. Probably wasn't a very good video, but L.